Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So in my last video I showed you a whole load of DVDs and Blu-rays that I got in a sort of $10 fill a bag deal on the last day of a local community book and DVD sale. It's just a fun annual event that we have here. Loads and loads of books and DVDs for sale, and it all just goes to assist the local retirement community. So what I'm going to show in this video are just all the other movies and DVDs that I picked up on the preceding 2 days. So here we go. First up, just a bit of TV, and it is the complete Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all 7 seasons for $7, a pretty good deal. So yeah, this was a show that I used to watch when I was younger, but never seen the whole thing, I don't think. Next up, a bit more TV, and it is North and South. This was a really legendary Civil War drama, very, very successful on TV. It had a huge cast in it, loads of guest stars that were in this, including Patrick Swayze, Robert Mitchum, Gene Simmons, Olivia de Havilland, Robert Wagner, etc., etc. But yeah, huge cast in this, and it was a big event when it was on TV. Moving on to movies, and we have this one, Feel My Pulse, a silent movie starring Beeb Daniels from 1928. Directed by John Schlesinger, this is Yanks with Richard Gere and Vanessa Redgrave. Nice to find this, a TV miniseries from 1979, which starred Tom Selleck and Sam Elliott in early days for them, but then also with cast members such as Glenn Ford and Slim Pickens. I glossed over this one at first, but this is a collection of short movies, and they include movies from the likes of Guy Maddin, that's pictured on the front here, and then also La Jetée by Chris Marker, which was the very influential film that inspired Terry Gilliam's 12 Monkeys, and various other short movies on here as well. So yeah, quite a good find. Interesting little double pack with Loney Anderson here, and oh, who's this? Yes, it's Arnie. So we have the Jane Mansfield story with Arnie, one of his early roles, and White Hot, the mysterious murder of Thelma Todd, and this includes Robert Davi as Lucky Luciano. From Werner Herzog, a documentary, Happy People, A Year in the Taiga. Born Yesterday. Now I did see this at the cinema when it was originally released, starring Melanie Griffith, Don Johnson and John Goodman. Certainly not nearly as good as the Judy Holliday original, but nonetheless still good to find it. Another Louis L'Amour western. This is The Quick and the Dead. No, not the Leo DiCaprio one, but this one with Sam Elliott. Really good BBC drama, this one, Time, with Sean Bean and Stephen Graham. Excellent. Glad to get this, a Powell and Pressburger movie. This is One of Our Aircraft is Missing. Now, interesting find this, Rillington Place. Now, I certainly have the movie 10 Rillington Place, which stars Richard Attenborough, a really chilling movie that. But yeah, this is a TV drama that stars Tim Roth, Samantha Morton and Jodie Comer. So yeah, really good cast. Look forward to seeing this. A little mini-series this, that's set in 1790s Ohio and starring Elizabeth Montgomery, Jane Seymour and Hal Holbrook, The Awakening Land. From 1921 and directed by D.W. Griffith, Orphans of the Storm, with both Dorothy and Lillian Gish. Not sure I have high hopes for this, but there we go, it's got a lenticular. This is Steve Carell and Hathaway in the remake of Get Smart. Denzel Washington in The Equalizer. The classic Ice Cold in Alex with John Mills. Russell Crowe directed this as well as starred in it, The Water Diviner. Then we have Julia Ormond and Bill Pullman in Surveillance, directed by Jennifer Lynch and produced by David Lynch. A trilogy of Western tales here, Into the Badlands with Bruce Dern and Mariel Hemingway. A Tom Hanks trilogy. I got this as a bit of a joke, really. My sister and I, we absolutely hated The Burbs when we saw this at the cinema when we were kids. Haven't seen it since. So yeah, I wonder what we'll make of it now. Nice to get this, a 3-pack of Agatha Christie movies, Peter Ustinov in Death on the Nile from 1978, The Mirror Cracked, and Peter Ustinov again in Evil Under the Sun. K9, so this is one I saw at the cinema as well, I haven't seen it since, but this is the franchise collection. I didn't even know that there were 2 sequels, both starring John Belushi, so they're all included here as well. There's an Audie Murphy Western, Duel at Silver Creek. Great cover. James Garner and C. Thomas Howell in Tank. And from 1941, starring Anton Walbrook. This is Dangerous Moonlight. Darren Aronofsky's Mother, starring Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, I know people have mixed feelings about this one, and certainly I have mixed feelings about Darren Aronofsky films, so I'll see how I get on with it. Sidney Pollack's kind of disappointing Havana with Robert Redford. A great movie from Taika Waititi, Boy. A nice one directed by and starring Jodie Foster and Diane Wiest. Little Man Tate. Saw this one at the cinema, haven't seen it since. A Western here from 2017, I haven't seen this. The Ballad of Lefty Brown. Interesting cast that includes Bill Pullman, Jim Caviezel, Kathy Baker and Peter Fonda. A BBC drama starring Tamsin Greig, The Guilty. And another adaptation of a Philippa Gregory novel. I showed two others in my previous video, but this one is The White Princess, and this one stars Jodie Comer. An Emmy-nominated miniseries about the Old South. This was made in 1980. Beulahland stars Michael Cera's in there and Leslie Ann Warren, but also includes the likes of Don Johnson, Madeleine Stowe, Jenny Agutter, Hope Lange, and Eddie Albert. Atom Egoyan's Chloe with Amanda Seyfried, Julianne Moore, and Liam Neeson. The House of Mirth, this one directed by Terence Davis. I did a tribute video to Terence Davis when he passed away. But yeah, this is an adaptation of an Edith Wharton novel. Edith Wharton wrote The Age of Innocence as well. But yeah, starring Eric Stoltz. From 1988, An Unremarkable Life. I checked the synopsis. It's not my autobiography, but this one stars Patricia Neal and Shelley Winters. Diane Lane in Untraceable. I remember liking this. This was Tracks with Mia Wasikowska and Adam Driver. And a library copy here of The Fabelmans from Steven Spielberg. Another Audie Murphy Western. I love the title, No Name on the Bullet. And then Lawless with Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf. I didn't really love this first time I saw it, but I'll give it another go. Sally Hawkins, Bob Hoskins and Miranda Richardson in Made in Dagenham. And a Blu-ray of The Day the Earth Stood Still that includes both the 1951 original and the Keanu Reeves remake. A library copy of The Banshees of Inisherin. Haven't seen this since the cinema, adapted from the very popular Louis de Bernière book. This is Captain Corelli's Mandolin with Penelope Cruz and Nicolas Cage. Unusual to find this one, Little Boy Lost. This is an Australian film and it's directed by Terry Bork. Now, I did a video just recently on Ozploitation movies and Terry Bork had directed Night of Fear. So yeah, interesting to find this one. This is more of a drama based on actual events of a young boy just going missing in the Australian bush for several days and thousands of people going on the search for him. A late career drama from Rex Harrison and Wendy Hiller. This is The Kingfisher. And directed by Robert Redford, this is The Conspirator, about the attempted assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Steve Carell in Dan in Real Life. Interesting find, The Scarlet Letter, adapted from the novel by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Now, this has been adapted several times. I'm aware of the Roland Joffe film that stars Demi Moore. But yeah, this one stars Meg Foster and John Hurd, great actor. So yeah, I'll check this one out. John Mills and Richard Attenborough in Dunkirk. And then Richard Chamberlain and Jacqueline Smith in the 1988 version of The Bourne Identity. Bob Odenkirk going all John Wick in Nobody. A Blu-ray here of Beasts of the Southern Wild. Pauline Collins going on an F-plan diet in Shirley Valentine with Tom Conti. And Mystery Men with Ben Stiller, Hank Azaria, Wes Studi, William H. Macy, Claire Forlani. This was a timely find. I just recently talked about the documentary film The Endurance, but yeah, this is a great TV adaptation of Shackleton's Journey, starring Kenneth Branagh. Really good. Don't know this one, but yeah, directed by Mark Forster and starring Ryder Mitchell. This is Everything Put Together. Sam Waterston and a very young Sarah Polley in Lantern Hill. And Dennis Quaid in The Express, the Ernie Davis story. John Hamm and Gina Davis in an AI drama, Marjorie Prime. And the film version from Joss Whedon's series Firefly, Serenity. Directed by Jonathan Glazer, who just picked up an Oscar for The Zone of Interest. This is Birth, and you can currently see this on the Criterion channel. Made for TV movie with Corbin Burnson and Jacqueline Smith. This is Love Can Be Murder. Blu-ray here of Angelina Jolie and James McAvoy in Wanted. Colin Firth and Julianne Moore in Tom Ford's A Single Man. Ryan Gosling and Kirsten Dunst in All Good Things. And then finally from 1943, directed by Frank Borzage, this is Stage Door Canteen, a musical with a whole load of Hollywood stars. Okay, so there we go, a bumper crop of DVDs and Blu-rays, all from this local annual event. A bit of fun that helps the community. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and comments on any of those movies. I like reading your comments. It just helps me identify what kind of tastes you all have as well. So yeah, leave me your comments. Hopefully you'll join me again on some more videos. All the best to you. Bye-bye.